Hello, Neve here from Hook Crochet. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet this lovely snowflake, which we're going to turn into a pair of earrings. So you can make this in any colour. What you need is crochet cotton, and I'm using number 20 crochet cotton, and I'm going to use a 1.25mm hook. You can also use a 1.5mm hook, and the only other thing that you need is a pair of earring hooks. So you can get these earring hooks in any craft store or simply upcycle an old pair of earrings. It works just the same. So give it a try. It's a lovely thing to wear for the Christmas season, and let me know how you get on with it. So let's crochet. Okay, so we're ready to crochet our snowflake earring. I'm going to work in a white crochet cotton, but you can work in any colour. I've done them in blue, red, pink, and these Christmassy ones too, which are really cool. So these are double colours as well, so you could begin with a different colour in the centre. That's absolutely fine too. I'll tell you when to change colours during the video. So I'm just going to move these out of the way like that and get my crochet cotton onto my hook. So get a slip stitch onto your hook like so, and we're ready to begin. So we're going to start the center. The foundation is going to be 6 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain. Then slip stitch into the first chain to form a ring. So the hook goes into the first chain, yarn over hook, grab the hook on the grab the yarn on the other side and pull it all the way through to make a little tiny ring. Now we're going to do 3 chain. So 1, 2, 3 chain. This is going to act as a treble. So this is our very first treble at the start of this row, or round 2, and 1 chain. Now we're going to work 11 trebles with 1 chains between each one. So get a treble right into the 6 chain loop, a treble in there, followed by a chain 11 times. So a treble into the 6 chain loop, followed by 1 chain. 11 times in total. So you're going to end up with 12 trebles. The first 3 chain is acting as your first treble. So 1 chain and a treble. 1 chain. Treble. 1 chain. Treble, 1 chain. You'll notice I'm working over the string at the very start. You know, the string that hangs off at the start of your foundation chain. It just saves you tying it in at the end. Treble, 1 chain. Treble, 1 chain. So we better count them. I'm counting the first 3 chain as 1 treble. So we're going 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Oh, I just have 1 more to do. So 1 more treble and 1 chain to finish this round. Then we're going to slip stitch into the 3rd chain of this first 4 chain. So into the 3rd chain, work a slip stitch all the way through. Okay. Now let's work on our next round. So we're going to do 1 chain, followed by a double crochet into the first 1 chain space. So that's the 1 chain space which is between the 3 chain and the treble. So get a double crochet in there. Now 6 chain. Then a double crochet into the next 1 chain space. Double crochet in there. Then 4 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a double crochet into the next 1 chain space, like so. We're going to continue like that all the way around. So a 6 chain and a 4 chain all the way around. So we'll have 6 chains and 6 4 chains, or 12 loops altogether. 5. This is a 6 chain 1, double crochet into the next 1 chain space, then 4 chain. And a double crochet into the next 1 chain space, then 6 chain, and a double crochet into the next 1 chain space, then 4 chain, and a double crochet into the next. If you didn't feel comfortable using a number 20 crochet cotton, because it is quite fine, you could use a number 10. It would just end up slightly bigger, but it would make a lovely necklace or something. 6 chain, double crochet into the next space, 4 chain, double crochet into the next space, 6 chain, double crochet into the next 1 chain space, 4 chain, double crochet into the next 1 chain space, then 6 chain, coming to the end now, 6 chain and double crochet into that last 1 chain space, followed by, which is supposed to be the 4 chain loop, but I want to finish in the middle, so I'm going to do 2 chain only, then a treble, yarn over hook, and get a treble into the very first double crochet there, and that will bring us to the middle of this, what is going to be a 4 chain loop. So we're up at the top of that loop. Okay, we're ready to work on the next round, but if you wanted to change colour at this stage, that's where you do it. So fasten off here and start a new colour. We're going to continue with the white. So into this very first loop where I'm currently at the top of, I'm going to work a double crochet. So double crochet right into that loop. Now 2 chain will get me to the next 6 chain loop. We're going to be working trebles and double trebles into the next 6 chain loop. So first work a treble like so, and at the top of this treble we're going to do a 5 chain loop. So work 5 chain first, then slip stitch into the top of the treble. It's essentially a sort of a picot. So there's a 5 chain loop on the top of that treble. Now we're going to work 3 double trebles. So a double treble is yarn over hook twice. Then the hook goes into the 6 chain loop and pull it through 1, 2, 3 times. Another one, double treble. But on the top of the middle double treble, which is this one, the second one, we're going to do a 7 chain loop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain, and slip stitch back into the top of that double crochet or double treble. Slip stitch in there. So we've got a nice loop on the top of that double treble. Now we're going to work another double treble just on its own. Yarn over hook twice and pull it through once, twice, 3 times. So we've got 3 double trebles and at the end a treble. So yarn over hook once and work your last treble there with a 5 chain loop on the top. 4 and 5. Slip stitch back into that treble just made. So each 6 chain loop is going to have this pattern inside it. 1 treble, 3 double trebles and 1 treble with 3 loops on the top. So let's do another one. We're going to work 2 chain followed by double crochet into the 4 chain space, just a regular double crochet in there, and then another 2 chain will bring us to the next 6 chain loop. So a treble first, 1 treble, 3 double trebles. Oh, sorry, actually I forgot my 5 chain loop. So 5 chain first, 5 chain, slip stitch into the top of that treble, and we've got a little 5 chain loop on top of that treble. Now we can work a double treble. So yarn over hook twice and another yarn over hook twice. But on top of this one, the second one, we've got to do our 7 chain loop. 5, 6, 7 chain, and slip stitch it back into the top of that middle double treble. Now another double treble, plain one, and then a regular treble, so yarn over hook once with the 5 chain loop on the top. 5 chain and slip stitch into that treble just made. So there we go. We've got two points of the snowflake made. Let's go to the next one. So 2 chain, double crochet into the 4 chain space, 2 chain, treble into the next 6 chain space. So 1 treble with a 5 chain loop on top, 5 chain, and slip stitch into the top of the treble just made. If I can find it. There we go. Then a double treble and another double treble. This time 7 chain loop on top. 5, 6, 7. Slip stitch into that top of that double treble just made, and another double treble. So yarn over hook twice and get another double treble in there. Then a treble with a 5 chain loop on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And slip stitch into the top of that treble to make a loop. Halfway. So 2 chain now. 1, 2. And a double crochet into the 4 chain space, the next 4 chain space. Followed by 2 chain, and then we do our trebles and double trebles again. So a treble first with a 5 chain loop on top, 5 chain, slip stitch into the top of the treble like so. Then 2 double treble, 1, and 2. This time a 7 chain loop. Oh, I lost count actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain, and slip stitch into the top of that double treble. Then do another double treble. So there's 3 double trebles at the center of each of these. Finish it with a regular treble with a 5 chain loop on the top. 5 chain and slip stitch into the top of that. So how many is that? We've got 4 points just made. So we're ready to work our 5th one of 6. 2 chain, double crochet into the 4 chain space.
Hello.
Hello. Then another 2 chain. So 2 chain, and we're going to work on our 5th point. So let's do a treble first. Yarn over hook once and get a treble into that 6 chain space with a 5 chain loop on top. So 5 chain, slip stitch into the top of the treble there, like so. Now a double treble, yarn over hook twice and work a regular double treble. We're going to have nothing on top of this one, but another double treble like so with a 7 chain loop on top. 5, 6, 7 chain and slip stitch into the top of that middle double treble. Now another double treble and a regular treble. So yarn over hook only once and pull it through twice. This treble has a 5 chain loop on top. 5 chain, slip stitch into that treble just made. Then 2 chain, 1, 2, double crochet into the next 4 chain space. We're coming to the end. And we're going to work our last point. So 2 chain, work a treble into the next 6 chain space, 1 treble, followed by, oh, I nearly forgot, the 5 chain loop, 5 chain, slip stitch into that treble, followed by a double treble and another double treble with a 7 chain loop on top. 5, 6, 7 chain, and a slip stitch into the top of that double treble. Now let's do another double treble, plain one, and a treble. This one has the 5 chain loop on top. 5 chain, slip stitch back into that treble just made, and we are just at the end. So 2 chain, and we're going to work a slip stitch into the very first double crochet on this round. So slip stitch right in there like so, and then we're ready to cut it off. So I'll just grab my scissors. I always cut it about there like so and pull it through. So at this stage you can cut the middle bit because we've crocheted over it. So I'm going to cut that middle thread that's loose. Don't need that there anymore, unless you're going to stitch a jewel or something into the center. And then I'm going to thread this through a couple of times. Just thread it through a couple of stitches. Doesn't have to be too precise or anything, but just thread it through like 3 or 4 stitches just to keep it really secure. Like so. And that's ready to be cut as well. So I'm going to cut that. Then we can start to shape our snowflakes. So I'm going to just hold it out in my hand. And what we need to do now is get our hook into each and every one of those loops that we made, the 5 chain loops and the 7 chain loops. So hold it tight in the middle with your finger and your thumb, and get the hook right into the loops and give it a good pull like so, all the way around. Really stretch it out. You have the option of starching this too. I used to be mad about starching all of my earrings and necklaces and things like that, but I don't think it's really necessary. But I will put in starching instructions if you wanted to starch it. I mean, it's just the same, I think, if you just press it. Maybe spray a little bit of spray starch on top and give it an iron. I don't do anything with them at all. I just leave them soft. They usually hold their shape pretty good. That's the joy of working with this crochet cotton. It's really good quality. The mercerized cotton is the best. So there we have it. I've got my snowflake finished. And now I'm going to look for my earring hooks, wherever they are. Here we go. So you get your earring hooks. And if you wanted to stitch it on, that's fine, but these hooks are great. You can just use a little pliers or a robust scissors to pinch one side and just open it out. Like so. So it's just got that little opening there. Then with the right side facing, there's the right side there, I'm going to make sure I have it the right side facing out of the earring. So I'm going to just slide on the long bit there. And then get my pliers again and fasten it tight. Like so. And there we have it. Crochet lace snowflake earring. So I really hope that was a useful tutorial for you and you got to make some nice earrings out of it. and do subscribe to the channel. We've got lots more tutorials coming up where you learn lots of new tricks and ideas. So very best of luck with the snowflake. Bye.